The Suzuki Burgman Street, the full review, all the details. Hyundai India celebrating 20 years. We're at the plant in Chennai. And Audi India's plans for the rest of the year with Rahil Ansari. It is a brand new episode of the Car and Bike Show here on the NDTV network. I am Siddharth Vinayak Patnankar and we've got an action-packed show for you as we always do week after week. And so we have already given you a glimpse right at the start of the program, so you know what to expect. There's a little surprise as well, but I'll get to that in a bit. We'll start off with the scooter everybody's talking about. It is the most high-end scooter perhaps that you can think about in the current Indian market context. This is the Burgman and how it stacks up in the market.
It's big, it's muscular, and it is unlike any other scooter you see on the roads. And it certainly makes quite an impression as a big maxi scooter. It's the latest 125cc scooter in India and it's a Suzuki.
Well, it seems the action is slowing down in the 110cc scooter segment. Now it's time for the 125cc's, and over the past year at least 4 new 125cc scooters have been launched, and this one here is the latest from Suzuki.
The Suzuki Burgman Street certainly grabs attention and it takes design inspiration from Suzuki's international range of maxi scooters. The big front apron with a small fly screen gives the face a commanding presence. The LED headlight and indicators are neatly integrated into that face. The neat side panels with the sculpted creases leave no doubt about the high quality of fit and finish. Towards the rear, the scooter gets a nice looking LED tail light, and adding to the personality is the large stepped single piece seat. The only complaint is that the fat rear end looks disproportionate thanks to the rather small rear wheel.
Into the feature, the Suzuki Burgman Street gets a full digital dash. It's shared with the Suzuki Gixxer. It's got a nice large readout for your speedometer. You've got a fuel gauge, you've got a clock, you've got an odometer and 2 trip meters as well. And now towards here you get these nice cubby holes to store some stuff. This one's got a flip open cubby hole here, but sadly it cannot be locked. You get these hooks to store stuff to make your grocery runs. There's one hook here as well. And you get quite a decent enough under-seat storage. It's big enough if you wear a half-face helmet to store one, but sadly a full-face helmet won't fit here. Overall, I think it's quite handy. You can go grocery shopping, you can carry, if you're a college-going kind, you can store your books, your bag.
On the move, the first thing you notice are the comfortable ergonomics and upright riding position, and it's a comfortable perch to be on. The footboard has plenty of space to move your feet around, and for riders on a long daily commute, it will certainly be a comfortable scooter with that plush seat and good ride quality. Despite its slightly large proportions, the Burgman Street is agile and the 124cc engine is eager and can easily filter through traffic. Handling is quite impressive and it is eager to dip into turns and corners in the urban environment.
The Suzuki Burgman Street is quite likable and got very familiar performance. That's because it shares its engine with the best-selling Suzuki Access 125. The chassis is the same, the engine is the same, the suspension is the same. Of course, it's a little bit heavier than the Access 125, but the biggest USP of this scooter is the way it looks. There's nothing quite like it in the Indian scooter market, and that's going to be its biggest selling point.
Priced at 68,000 rupees ex-showroom, the only thing which will probably go against the Burgman Street is its sticker price, which is nearly 10,000 more than other 125cc scooters. For everything else though, it looks good, rides well and handles with a level of agility and build quality that is impressive. So if that price tag isn't much of a bother, go take a close look at the Suzuki Burgman Street. It could be just the right 125cc scooter for you. So now that Preetham has told you what you need to know about the Burgman Street, it begs the question. With no other maxi scooter in the market, what would be its most direct rival? King Shuk now has that answer.
It is the first ever 125cc maxi scooter to be launched in India. But does it have the goods to be the new benchmark in the segment? Because it goes up against the TVS NTorq, which is right now one of the best 125cc scooters.
The Suzuki Burgman Street's biggest USP is the way it looks, and you've just gone through all those details: angular front apron, LED headlamp, the fly screen. The NTorq, on the other hand, is edgy and very stylish. TVS has upped the design game with this offering for sure, and the scooter gets noticed. With its design inspired from stealth jets, the NTorq looks sharp and is more pleasing to look at with better proportions. But we have to give it to the Burgman Street here for just sheer presence. The maxi scooter proportions also make for a wide seat with ample room and a comfortable riding position. The NTorq also has a comfortable riding position, but it feels a little cramped at the footboard. The one bit that sticks out like a sore thumb though is the Burgman's proportions. The body is quite big and the wheels are small. In fact, the Burgman uses a 10-inch alloy at the rear, which is too small for the wide rear of the Burgman Street. The NTorq and Burgman Street are more or less evenly matched when it comes to engine specs. TVS claims a fuel efficiency figure of 60 km per litre for the NTorq, while the Burgman Street claims 53.5. We absolutely loved the performance of the NTorq 125 ever since our first ride in February. The throttle response is sharp and there are no vibrations even at the very top of the rev range. But with the extra weight of 8 kilos, the NTorq loses out to the Burgman Street in outright acceleration. It does have a much better top end though, and in terms of maneuverability, the NTorq feels easier to handle, especially in traffic. The NTorq offers better ride quality than the Burgman Street. It has the right amount of balance. It takes on potholes and bumps confidently, and it's eager when shown a corner as well. The Burgman Street is easy to dip into a corner and can hold its line as well, and while its ride quality is slightly stiffer, that's definitely not a deal breaker.
In terms of features, it is the TVS NTorq which is the clear winner, thanks to the Smart Connect system which can be paired with a smartphone. Also, the NTorq has a marginally bigger underseat storage space, but the NTorq misses out on LED headlamps, which is a standard fitment on the Burgman Street.
The Burgman Street also has 2 cubby holes to keep knickknacks, along with a 12-volt socket on the front, and like on the NTorq, the Burgman also gets an optional USB charger. So both scooters are so evenly matched and offer some unique USPs. That makes it rather difficult to declare a clear winner. But one of the biggest factors any scooter buyer looks at? Price, of course. The NTorq 125 is approximately 8,000 rupees cheaper than the Burgman Street, and for the price, the NTorq offers a whole lot of value for money. But if you want to flaunt your style and get some street cred to boot, then spending the extra dosh may just be worth your while with the maxi scooter from Suzuki.
So I hope we do get more Burgmans and we also get more maxi scooters in India soon. Now I want to quickly show you a glimpse of the car that I have been nicely posing against. This is of course the Mercedes Maybach S650. This was launched at the Auto Expo, but no one's seen it yet, so you're getting a chance to see it for the first time. It's huge. It is the flagship sedan from this particular brand, and I can tell you it's even bigger than the long wheelbase S-Class. Yes, how much bigger? I'll tell you in just a little while, but for now you can take a look and kind of visually see just how massive this car is. I can tell you that it's almost 5.5 meters in overall length. Okay, on that note, let's quickly move on now and jump straight into that special anniversary at Hyundai. 20 years, that's what Hyundai is celebrating here in India in 2018, and Amaya Naik was down at the plant because there was a special event to commemorate this anniversary.
As Hyundai celebrates its 20 years spent in India, it is getting ready for the next 20. And there's a lot of preparation going into making that happen. The company recently rolled out its 8 millionth car in India and is aiming to breach the 10 million production milestone by 2021. The further expansion of this production capacity is key towards achieving that target. The company already has an annual capacity of 7,13,000 units. It plans to increase that capacity to 7,50,000 units by 2019. The company's plant already has nearly 690 Generation 4 robots, quality and testing capabilities and flexible engine plants, which will allow the company to achieve this expansion with zero future investment. Hyundai's smart plant is also gearing up to produce electric vehicles as well, and its first electric SUV, most likely the Kona Electric, will come by 2019 and will be assembled in India. But there's also a big launch just around the corner, the AH2, or what will most likely be called the Santro, by mid-October. The new car sits below the Grand i10 and will be the first Hyundai to sport an automated manual transmission option in India. The car is likely to borrow styling cues from the Grand i10 and will compete against the likes of the Maruti Suzuki Alto K10 and even the Renault Kwid.